You ready?
Ready.
Okay. We all good? Okay. My name is Rick Tillery. I'm the Public Information Officer for Mountain View Fire Rescue. The fire that we are calling Lakeshore Fire is on Lakeshore Park Road up in our fire district. It is currently at 6 acres. 2 structures have been impacted so far. And one of the things we want to say right now is we want to thank the City of Boulder for loaning their Channel 8 and their YouTube channel so we can live stream this out to everyone who's in the community. One of the things that we do want to say is that this is still in the county. It is not affecting or impacting in the city limits whatsoever. So to make sure that everyone is aware of that issue. We also want to thank all of the agencies that have come to help Mountain View Fire Rescue with this effort. Boulder County Sheriff's Office, Boulder Emergency Squad, the City of Boulder Fire, Coal Creek Fire, Boulder Mountain Fire, Left Hand Fire, AMR with their ambulances, and the U.S. Forest Service. The U.S. Forest Service has been incremental or very important for us because they've provided air attack, which is an air command vehicle in the air. It's a King Air, Beechcraft King Air. They've also provided large air tankers to do drops on the fire, and they've also provided helicopter, one Type 2 helicopter. One thing that we want to make sure that people out there understand is the fire danger right now is very, very high. Any kind of a spark can create a fire that can spread pretty quickly when the relative humidity is quite low. That's the really important thing that we want to make sure everybody out in the community is aware of. We also want to make sure that everybody's following the Boulder ODM website at boulderodm.org. boulderodm.gov, and is also, you can text BOCO info. That's BOCOINFO to 888-777 to get on the alert system to receive alerts about this fire and any other kind of emergencies that may happen. Right now, I want to introduce. This is Sheriff Johnston, who is with the Boulder County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah. I'm Curtis Johnson, last name's Johnsson. I'm the Boulder County Sheriff. Unfortunately, we're meeting again to talk about another fire start in Boulder County today. This fire kicked off about 2:30 in the afternoon, and we were able to move a lot of resources that we had in Lyons towards Gross Dam, and also capitalize on some available resources in the City of Boulder and other surrounding agencies to get a quick jump on this fire. Mountain View Fire Rescue, it's their district. They got there first, sized up the fire. As mentioned, it's 5 to 6 acres, 2 impacted structures. At this point, we are talking with 2 individuals that we believe may be involved with the start of our investigation. This does not appear to be intentionally started, but it is a human-caused fire. And right now, we were able to summon also those air resources that Mr. Tillery mentioned. We were able to paint a pretty good line around the fire with retardant, and the Type 2 helicopter now will hopefully be doing water drops. We have a great water source close by. This neighborhood is very close to Gross Reservoir, so there's water nearby, and we're hopeful that we can keep it at 5 to 6 acres and get it knocked down today. This fire was a quick priority for the firefighting agencies in the area because it's a new start, and the goal with a new start is to attack it as quickly and as aggressively as possible. And I think we may have accomplished that. It's probably too early to tell for sure, but my staff that are on scene feel comfortable with where we're at right now. So I'm going to turn it over to the Sheriff's Office Public Information Officer, Vinny Montez, give you some details about evacuations, road closures, all the other things going on with the Lakeshore Fire. Thanks.
Afternoon, everybody. Want to immediately talk about a couple impacts to the community, starting with road closures. So we currently have road closures at the base of Flagstaff Road at Gregory Canyon. Traffic is being prohibited from going westbound up Flagstaff Road. Flagstaff Road is primarily being used by fire apparatus to go up and down that area. At Station 10, towards the top of Flagstaff Road, they're using that facility for tendering for vehicles that are taking water from that area back up to the fire location. There's also another road closure at Gross Dam Road and Flagstaff Road. vehicles are not allowed to go westbound from that location coming off of Gross Dam Road towards the north. Vehicles are being allowed to turn onto Gross Dam Road to egress out of the area, leaving the Flagstaff Mountain area towards Coal Creek Canyon. For residents that might still be up there or anybody trying to get out of the area, that's fine to travel southbound on Gross Dam Road. Likewise, people are welcome to travel down Flagstaff Road, but it's just a hard closure going up. Lastly, the incident command post is settled up on Lakeshore Park Road itself, the command post. And there is, just before you get to the command post, where Lakeshore Road divides into either Lakeshore Drive or Lakeshore Park Road, there's a westbound blockage there as well internally inside the perimeter to help fire apparatus maintain good access to the area where the fire is located. Also, we sent out a message earlier through Everbridge evacuating people basically west of Lakeshore. What was originally reported is up to Peak Highway, and there was, I think, a little bit of confusion there. Specifically, that polygon did not actually go all the way to Peak Highway, and we want to correct that a little bit. On the southern border, it's basically Magnolia as you move west of Gross Reservoir, and then it stops the western border of that polygon where the evacuations are taking place and have took place, stops just west of County Road 97. And if you drew a line basically from County Road 97 and Magnolia directly to the north on the east side along the east side of Barker Reservoir, that's basically where that stops. So basically the perimeter is Highway 119 or Boulder Canyon, south to Magnolia, the west side just west of County Road 97, and then through the east side on Gross Reservoir. That box is the area that we've evacuated and asked people to leave. If people were evacuated from the west side of Gross Reservoir, we asked them not to go over County Road 68J. That road is not a very passable road and not a safe egress route out. We're asking people either to go back up to Magnolia and up to Peak Highway, or back up to Magnolia from Twin Sisters or County Road 68 down to Boulder Canyon. Either of those two are fine, just don't try to traverse over County Road 68. Also, just before I got here, it was announced that Boulder County Open Space and Mountain Parks have closed the recreation trails around the Chautauqua area and leading up Flagstaff right now while fire crews are trying to deal with this. For more information, please refer to Boulder Mountain Parks and Open Space websites and or social media when those are going to be reopened. I'm happy to field any questions about what I just said or anything else that you need clarification on at this point. We'll go ahead and open that up, and then I'll turn it back over either to go ahead.
Yeah, we're hearing that a person was taken into custody after sparking the fire as a result of fence cutting. Is there any truth to that?
Sheriff, do you want to talk to that? Or
So I don't know the exact details. It does sound like there were individuals working on a property in that area. I don't know exactly what they were doing, but we are talking to them about how the fire started.
You say two structures impacted. The helicopter caught what really appears to be a home. Can we clarify if those two structures were indeed homes?
I can clarify that one home was impacted. We cannot confirm what that second structure was at this point. We're still working to confirm that.
Were they in the Lakeshore community?
It was on Lakeshore Park Drive, or Lakeshore Park Road, yes.
When you say impacted, have they been burned down?
Can't really get into that yet. We're still working to contain this, and we will analyze the damage once we get a full handle on the fire. Once we've got that done, then we can go into and determine exactly what happened, where it happened, and when it happened.
With now two fires in the county, have resources been shifted from Lyons down to Lakeshore?
I can speak to Mountain View Fire Rescue. We had multiple resources that were up on the Stone Canyon fire overnight, yesterday and today. As soon as this call dropped, we did send those resources here to this call. We also brought additional resources from our other stations nearby to this call as well. Sheriff?
Yeah, there were other resources also summoned, both from that fire and from other neighboring agencies that are well south of Lyons. So yeah, we're kind of pulling the puzzle pieces together and trying to get all the right people in the right place and attack this fire quickly.
Are there still any resources? I know there were fighting the fire in Loveland, or have they all shifted down to here? I know you were in Loveland earlier. Have all of Boulder County's resources shifted back to?
Well, there are resources from all over the state working on all of the fires. So, right now in Lyons, there's fire trucks from Pueblo. So they are all falling under an incident command tomorrow, where we will be able to better get a handle on everything we have on scene, everything we're doing, and who needs what when. And so all of those shifts are a little dynamic. We didn't pull anything from Loveland to come up to Boulder County today. They have a lot more going on down there. We feel pretty good about where Stone Canyon's at. We also feel pretty good about where we're at with Lakeshore right now.
Can you speak a little to the 4 firefighters who were injured in the Stone Canyon fire and what happened?
I don't know. I don't know extent of injury. Vinny may know.
So I got information there were 2 firefighters that were hurt today. I can't give you specific details. And then from what I understand, there were 2 other firefighters that had ailments as a result of just the environment, but not necessarily as a result of the fire. So I can't really speak indefinitely about that because we haven't been briefed from those fire agencies about that, and I don't feel comfortable speaking about that. One other thing that I just received while we were talking during this press conference is it looks like Boulder ODM through our channels have just updated an update to the evac area, which I think maybe they've just done an all clear. So I just want to recommend everybody still pay attention to our communication channels. Rick just mentioned earlier texting for text message notifications, BOCO info to 888-777. We're pushing everybody to boulderodm.gov. Even though we've been messaging information out on the Stone Canyon fire, we've also started messaging information directly about the Lakeshore fire. And we did set up an evacuation point at 1333 Iris Avenue. That's the North Broadway complex at Iris and Broadway. Originally, there might have been some messaging that went out indicating that was at the East Boulder Rec Center. If that's still out there, that is incorrect. It was actually the 1333 Iris Avenue. Aside from that, I think that covers pretty much everything today. Are there any other remaining questions before we close out?
So with Governor Polis earlier today declaring that disaster declaration for the fires up north and down south, does this fire in Lakeshore, is that included in that disaster declaration now?
Not that I'm aware of yet. Due to the size of this fire, it's still under the purview of Mountain View Fire Rescue. It would have to start to exceed their capacity before it was delegated to the county and before we would be looking for state resources. We do have a lot of agreements for equipment and resources on day one of a fire, and all of those are in play. For example, the air support that we got today. But I'm not sure this fire is going to be big enough to meet the disaster declaration.
Thank you.
Are you guys able to say if there's any containment at this time on this fire since it is so small?
Yeah, not yet. As I mentioned earlier, I think we have a pretty good line painted around it with retardant, but I'm not confident saying it's contained until we know for sure that we have active flame taken care of, and we're really not concerned there's going to be any more spread.
And Sheriff, I just want to make sure I get this right. With the 2 people we're talking to, have they been arrested or are they just talking?
Nobody's been arrested.
Anything else, folks? All right, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Just wanted to make sure I get that right.
Yep.
And just for your edification, I don't believe we will be doing another one of these tonight.
Okay.
We will send out through the Boulder County Sheriff's Office or our social media if we decide to hold another one of these tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Sheriff, will there be any more updates for the Stone Mountain fire?
If there are, they'll be on social media or on the ODM website.
Yep.
I'm done doing press conferences today.
Yeah.
It's been a road trip kind of day.
I saw you in Lyons, I saw you on the TV, I saw you.
You don't like the press tour?
No, I'm cool with it. It's good information.
Emergency management essentially.
Yeah.
That'd be a question for him. Well, you can't get up there yet.
Scroll in, right? You see
No,
these,
right. Well, if
there's
you
the green
want to
area,
create
right, which is the walk
for him to go up and do
red area
right
is
up
the
there, that's
evacuation.
totally up to you.
And so these are made up of individual
I have been up there.
These are
If
the
you guys would like me to airdrop some
polygons.
videos, I can do that.